Hello, welcome to Shmirchik Fetcher's Corner. So I just woke up and I see Erin, what's her name? Erin Milan. She shows in a video how some Muslims they admit to killing Jews in Australia, right? Islamic Muslim doctors. And so she says here, sickening. Milan exposes Australian nurses chilling claims of targeting Jews in hospital. Now, I'm not so surprised that a Muslim would do that because when I was young, when I was 13 or 14, a Muslim doctor who had a partnership with a Jewish doctor, she tried to kill me, right? Her name was Dr. Ajam. And she tried to kill me in a hospital called Brookdale, right? And so I'm not surprised because she gave me an overdose. She tried to overdose me on medication, on a drug, which was coming into my veins with in my, how do they call it, the ultravenous, whatever. And I had I was in so much pain. I've never experienced such a bad pain in my head before. And then afterwards, my father took me and just took me out of the hospital. He signed papers that he's responsible if anything happens to me. And my father took me out of the hospital, and because he recognized that this Muslim woman was trying to murder me. And then after we went to the Korean doctor that was downstairs, and he asked my father the amount of drugs that I was getting and which drug, and my father told him. And the Korean doctor said, "Oh my God, that amount of drugs is enough to kill 10 horses." And so I'm not surprised that you see Islamic people, and this was even before the Gaza situation, like maybe it was after 2005 when the Jews left Gaza, right? But this was even before October 7th, and even then the Muslims are trying to kill Jewish people, and they recognize that I'm Jewish, and my father's Jewish, and my mother's Jewish, because my parents are religious, and so I'm not surprised that this is happening, but it's very alarming, and it's very scary, and this is one of the reasons why I don't think people should actually be having, I'm not sure if you can trust a Muslim anymore. Like, they shouldn't be in these fields. They shouldn't be doctors, because the doctor is supposed to heal people, not kill people.
We've got some breaking news on the two people a lot of you would have seen in that disgusting video coming out of Australia. New South Wales health employees, so two nurses who work at a hospital, saying to someone recorded online that they would kill Israeli patients if they came into the hospital, that they already have. That intimation was absolutely abhorrent. They have been stood down. There is more to come on this. For those who haven't seen it, this is the video. Take a look.
You know what?
How are you, man?
Good, how are you, my man?
Pretty good. Are you a nurse? A doctor?
I'm a doctor, my man.
A doctor? For what?
In hospital. What about you? Where are you from?
I'm from Israel, from the Holy Land.
You know what? I'm gonna be really honest with you.
Alright.
I'm gonna be really honest with you. You actually got a really, really beautiful eyes.
Thank you,
but
man.
I'm so upset.
Sounds like a lot of, that's why I say, like, these Muslim men, they're gay. They claim they hate gays, they throw gays off roofs, but they're gay. They are mostly gay, and they use women as baby machines, and that's why they abuse women so much, because they're actually gay.
The Israeli, like, eventually you're gonna get killed and you're gonna go to Jahannam, inshallah. But like these pretty eyes, they should stay in this world for longer.
Why do you think? Why do you think I'm gonna get killed?
It's Palestine's country, not your country. You piece
how are
of
you?
shit.
What's your name?
One day,
One day.
your time will come and you will die the most.
The lovely Muslims, this is what we deal with every day. If I would go on a Omegle, you would see that this is how they treat Jewish people. This is Islamic jihadi, evil monsters. They're demonic, and they're so disgusting, and they're so hateful, and they need to be kicked out of every Western country. If you value your lives, kick them out. Deport them. Put them in Afghanistan, in Iraq, in Syria. Kick them out of your country. They don't belong in civilized countries. They don't deserve the freedoms that come with Australia, right? And this is why when the women come and they're so hateful, they're even more hateful than the men. This is why I say the women, they're not innocent. And when they get killed in Gaza, and if they get killed in Gaza, they had it coming. Why do I say this? Because they would blow themselves up to kill Jews and to kill innocent people. And they brainwash their children to hate Jews and to hate the West. And they are terrorists. And so I'm not sure why everybody cries for the women and children that they claim to be innocent, because they're not innocent.
We
You
spread
listen to me.
peace.
Listen to me.
and
when
you
your-
spread
when your
death.
time comes.
How
when
are
your
you
time
doctors?
comes,
Wait.
I want you to remember my
I have-
face.
Okay,
so
okay.
You can understand
Gotcha, gotcha.
That you will
I have
die
a
the most
question, though.
disgusting death.
Alright, for sure. I have a question though.
Yeah, what's
I have a question. Let's say an Israeli, God
I won't treat
forbid,
them. I won't treat them. I'll kill them.
you'll kill them? So if an Israeli is in Australia and God forbid something happened to him and he comes
Not
to your
God forbid,
hospital,
I hope to God.
would you kill him?
Okay, you have no idea how many Israeli Khara dog came to this hospital and I sent him to Jahannam. I
For
literally
real?
sent him to Jahannam.
שני הרופאים האלה מאוסטרליה אומרים בפירוש שלא יטפלו
They say the state of Australia explicitly states they
בישראלים שיבואו לבית חולים שלהם באוסטרליה
won't protect Israelis that come to Australia.
שיהרגו אותם ושהם הרגו אותם כבר. תשתפו מספיק את הסרטון, הוא יגיע לאנשים הנכונים ואנחנו נמצא אותם. אין שום מצב בעולם שאנשים כאלה יעבדו ברפואה. אז תשתפו את הסרטון.
See, so this is why, my friends, I don't believe Arabs should be doctors in Israel. I don't believe they should live within Israel, because my own doctor right after October 7, his name was Nicola. He says to me, right after October 7, he says, soon we will be the majority here, he says to me. And that means in Arab language that as soon as they're the majority, they can take over a country and kill everybody in it. They're genocidal maniacs. And so, with my experiences with Muslim doctor trying to kill me, I know this is true for a fact, and they admit it here in this video. My eye is hurting because there's onions, right? And so, I advise the Western people to either kick them out of the hospital. Don't allow Muslims to be doctors and nurses, because they use it for death instead of healing, and they're not professional. They don't separate their feelings from their work, and right. And so it's the same with like in Russia, for example. There were people who there were non-Jewish nurses who would treat Jewish nurses, and they would separate even during the Holocaust, right? And they would separate their feelings from. A lot of them would just do their job of healing, regardless of their feelings of if they hate Jews or not, right? Or the other way around, if Jews were treating someone like Hitler or Stalin, right? They would remove their feelings from doing the job of healing, right? And they would be healers. They wouldn't be killers, regardless of what their feelings are personally to anybody. But the Muslims here, we see that they don't keep to the Ten Commandments, right? They're allowed to kill in the name of their religion. They are evil. They're wicked. They're demonic. There's no justice with Muslims, with Islam, and so therefore they need to be kicked out. You guys need to save your asses before they kill you. When you think they won't kill you when the time comes, right? They might get away with killing Jews in the hospitals, but soon they'll start. It starts with the Jews, and then it ends with you, because you're the infidel. And then they go and they will just come and try to kill you. Imagine you have a nurse, a female nurse, coming to heal you, and the doctor, and she gives you the wrong medicine, or she gives you different medicines together to kill you, right? Like, this is what you're dealing with. So just be careful of Islamic people, right? Be careful of them, because they're not. Perhaps if you are at a hospital and you see a Muslim doctor that looks Muslim, acts Muslim, talks Muslim, ask for a different doctor, ask for a different nurse if you care for your life.
So again, two people on video threatening to kill Israeli patients should they present to the hospital they're currently working in, intimating that they already have done so in the most disgusting, horrific way. What strikes me about this video is how brash they are. In this day and age, nobody does anything on FaceTime a camera at all without just that little thought in their mind, this could be recorded.
Yeah, so basically these Arabs, they are so hateful, and you think, like, they're literally stuck in the barbaric era of the Middle Ages. They're literally stuck in that mindset. That's why they're so hateful, like you witnessed here, right? Like you witnessed here how hateful this horrible, demonic
Listen to
woman.
me.
Peace.
Listen to me.
And
when
you
you're
spread
ready, when your
that.
time comes.
How
when
are
your
you
time
doctors?
comes,
Wait.
I want you to remember my
I have-
face.
Okay,
so
okay.
You can understand
Gotcha.
that you will
I have
die
a
the most
question though.
disgusting death.
Alright, for sure. I have a question though.
Yeah, what's
I have a question. Let's say an Israeli. God
I won't treat
forbid.
them. I won't treat them. I'll kill them.
You'll kill them?
I wonder if they're going to do an investigation. I wonder if Australia is going to do an investigation into these barbaric, demonic murderers who are Islamic Muslims. Okay, let's just face it, my friends. Let's face it. These people are not really acting like human beings. And listen, if you take offense and you call me hateful for exposing these murderers, then you're one of them, right? And you deserve what's coming to you when they come and do what they do to us, to you, right? So I just hope that Australia goes and does an investigation and puts them away, and deports all the Muslims, because Muslims, they belong in Arabia because they clearly can't get along with other civilized human beings.
In the most disgusting, horrific way. What strikes me about this video is how brash they are.
Yeah.
In this day and age, nobody does anything on FaceTime, a camera at all, without just that little thought in their mind, this could be recorded. For them to be so disgustingly brazen
Hateful.
with what they clearly, truly believe and what they're saying it's not even shocking given what's been happening in Australia lately, but it is sickening nonetheless.
Right. So, that's the end, my friends. And if you guys care for your lives, right? If people if non-Jewish Australians care for their lives, if you care for your lives, don't ever let a Muslim doctor or nurse treat you, okay? You ask for somebody else. If you care for your lives, deport these maniacs, this death cult maniacs, before they kill you and your children in the hospital or on the streets. And for the Jewish people, I don't know what to say, right? Like, just make sure that when you go to the hospital, you check the names of the doctors to check that they're not Islamic, and the nurses that they're not Islamic. And if you get one of those Islamic pigs, guess what? You gotta ask for a different doctor, because they're very dangerous. They will kill you. Like my doctor, Dr. Ajam, tried to kill me, right? And so, let's just hope that the Australian government does the right thing and deport these creepy, evil bastards.